Hello, everyone. Welcome to our behind the scenes episode special on how we made the Campesinos episode 4. You're watching this on Jersey House Backyard channel. We don't know how you found it since no one's here, but thanks for being here. And if you like it, share, comment, subscribe, like, do all the fancy things. So, for this special, we're gonna show y'all how we made the explosion in episode 4, and we can show you. Wait, let's see how laggy this is once I try to
Let's
drag the.
go.
Yes, welcome, everyone's welcome, David.
Let's go. Yes, I want to see the explosion. I actually forgot how you made it.
So we're gonna go over how we made this little explosion. We're also gonna go over how we linked the animation to the camera because these characters aren't just animated where they are in the set, but they're actually dun 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 tracked
Whoa.
to the camera, so they're not actually like over here
Yeah.
standing near here, but they're actually just these little things here. Dun dun dun. And then we're also gonna do I'll talk a little bit about how we came up with the design for the ice characters. And finally, so four things. David is going to go over how he downloaded assets to help us populate this set. Right, David?
Yes. I
Cool.
I had to.
You had to. There was no other choice.
I was held at gunpoint.
So for the textured explosion, let's see. Let's go back to this explosion. Where is it? Yeah, look. I'll look at all these keyframes. Look at how much we animated. Wow.
Holy crap.
Are y'all proud of how much work we put in to this? Probably not. But where is it? Okay, so look, the explosion is here. Whoa! So we think everyone here knows how to use the grease pencil, right? So you have your thingy over here, your grease pencil object. I press Control Tab and go to draw mode, and then to get this type of stroke, usually go to ink pen, pen, and ink pen I think lets you control it based on the pressure of your pen. So you get to draw, and I'm using my mouse right now, so it's gonna have an even thickness. And I think there's a noise modifier on it right now, so you might see some noise.
And you
And
have to
what?
be like in the camera viewport, right? So you're not just drawing in weird places.
Yeah, you have to be in the camera viewport. Yeah, because if you like move it, and I
Yeah.
try drawing, well, it's gonna draw in relation to wherever you're at. I mean, yeah, and that's not good. I am not
Yeah, it gets
showing a good
weird.
example of this.
Well, it
Nope.
gets weird and like random
Yeah.
randomized.
Okay, there you go. See, it's like rotated because it's done in relation to the camera. Anyway, we don't like that. So I'm just gonna undo that and then go back here. The way we did these textured explosions was actually an add-on, I think. So you go to draw mode and then you go to ink pen, and these brushes were actually downloaded from a pack from an add-on online. And I think we used spray, and if not spray, we used one of these to get these textured. So I'm going to show an example. Let's click spray, and if I click, you're going to see that it's going to make like this cool texture. Whoa.
It's like foggy blood.
Yeah, and I think the way Blender does this is like it's still a stroke, but it's like putting like the texture on top of it. But I can't say too much more on that because I'm not an expert on this. I just know how to click on this, and to add this type of texture, let's see. I know you go to File, Append. We have our cloud folder here, but I'll show y'all how to find it online in a second. Software. I just need to find out what it was called. I think Pepe School Land. So you go here, Pepe School Land brush textures. Grease pencil brush pack. Yeah. And it's these same textures. So yeah, you can see this video, and Pepe, our good friend Pepe, that we don't know personally, will show you how to add it to Blender. But basically, you do that. You download it, and then you go to File, Append, and then you go to Brush, and then they're all here. And then I press A to select all of them, and then Append, and they should appear here. So that's how we did the texture for the explosion. And we'll include this in the what's it called? Not there. In the not in dependency. Oh shoot. In the description. And I'm just gonna add it here so we don't forget. All right. I hope I didn't show any embarrassing messages. So the next part is David, did you have any questions about any of that?
No, that's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, just make sure you don't save this to the file at the end.
Oh, right. Yeah. And if I
But
do,
yeah,
okay.
they're
Pop.
like paper pup. The characters are like paper puppets on a 3D background. That's funny.
Yeah. So again, like this is I think it's this button. Yeah. So these are like all these like 2D animations are linked to the camera. So usually what we do is let's hide this. We have the set, we have like some version of the set. Sometimes we'll just have like blocks, like cubes, and we'll just put everything where
Wait,
roughly they're supposed to be. And yeah, we'll just put the camera where like we think it should be. And yeah, we'll have our audio already recorded. We have it in video editing, and we have like our sound mix here. We go to 2D animation, and then I think what would we do? I think playback, and I think this would be unchecked, or this would have the sync set at play every frame. So you would set it to frame dropping, and that just sets it so it's like it plays the sound where this time bar code thing is. So it's not, the sound isn't delayed or advanced. It's not what do they call it in Whiplash? Rushing or dragging. Yeah. So yeah, so we have all the shots laid out where we want them to be, and usually we have like maybe a drawn storyboard or an animatic that where it's just like, drawn and timed out. We don't have
are
it
you
here.
are you telling
Okay.
me every part of this has been done in Blender pretty much? Like 99%?
Yeah. I
The
think for
audio mixing,
the
clip,
audio mixing, this was done in Reaper probably. This
and then
it's
you
like
put
an
it
open
in here.
source. Yeah, and then I exported the MP3 or the WAV file and then I dropped it in here. But yeah, besides that, I think most of it is done in Blender. And then once you have your animation, your frame set, then you just let's delete this box because it's confusing me. Yeah, like once you have this shot, then you can just make an anim, a grease pencil object, and then why is this weird? Yeah, let's just go with that. And then you can just start, making your layers and then drawing, and then you just want to draw on one shot first. So like make a rough drawing in one shot, and then you would select your grease pencil object, go down here to the object, what is it called? Constraints, and you make a child of, and you select the camera. Let's try to do it from scratch. Oh, well that didn't work. Um, so I'm just gonna show y'all how to link the grease pencil to the camera in a new file. So just make a new file. I'm gonna click tilde and then 1 to put myself into the camera view, and now I can like rotate, and I press this little lock button. So when I rotate the view, the camera rotates with it. And then I'm gonna hit Shift A and go down here to grease pencil, blink, and I'm gonna let's draw something fun. Yes. Oh no. Yes. This person eating. Oh no. Um this these people flying to each other over the moon. because they love each other. So, yeah, if I click this button and I snap out of it, you'll see that the grease pencil is like it's drawn in relation to where the camera is. And if I try to move the camera, it's gonna like yeah, move like the grease pencil isn't gonna move with the camera. So to do that, you go back to object mode, and yeah, to go into the grease pencil, you go to draw mode, and I'm clicking Control Tab. Go to object mode. I click on the grease pencil. I go down here to object constraint, child of. I select the camera, and oh,
Uh,
and then I rotate the camera. Oh, and it's good.
what?
Yeah. So if
What?
I
What if you
select
zoom
the
in? Does it
camera,
move too? Yes, right.
yes, it moves to,
It just
but you
stays.
don't see that circle because it's like behind the cube. So
Yeah.
because the grease pencil exists in 3D space. So I'm just setting up some like keyframes for the camera, so you'll see that like no matter uh where the camera goes, the grease pencil will always remain the same. So that's sort of what we implemented for the Campesinos pipeline, and that's how we link the grease pencil to the camera.
Whoa. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Ole mole. David, let me know if my big body ever blocks the camera or ever blocks the screen and what people need to click on.
I will. Oh, I will.
Oh, okay. And then finally, for my last little thingy of how we did different parts of this episode, I wanted to talk about the character designs for the ice characters. And I think David was responsible for this, but we were all responsible for sort of like thinking about how to, draw the ice character design. And you'll probably see some of the conversations happening here if you pause, but I think, and
You
yeah,
pen.
David, you can, chime in whenever, but I wonder
Didn't
where
you
it
pass it?
starts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I
Um,
mean, we wanted to find like a midpoint between like silly but not silly enough where we like make the ice characters look cool in a way. Like or like even there's a lot of like different like what's it called? Dang, like missteps that we were scared of making. Like for example, making light of the subject too much. like like these are really funny, but if we use them, would they be making a sensitive issue? Would we be mocking like a sensitive issue? And the other part is like, would it feel like it's not a part of the universe of campesinos? Also with
yeah.
the context of like, there's a big flying butterfly that Juan's riding on that comes into the scene, and if things are silly before that happens, then the surprise might not hit where we want it to hit. So all of
Yeah.
these elements we had to like keep in mind. Um, like this guy with tiny hands is funny, but then the story also requires for one of them to grab Sylvia. So like if they have tiny hands, then they can't really grab Sylvia, or we'd have to think of like some really weird way for it to happen that might distract from the story.
Yeah, we ended up
So
doing the just like originally the character was supposed to be like a baby in like a ice police outfit, but I think it was funny to also just see him in a oversized outfit and um it does feel very campesinos in a way because of the body proportions where like the legs are short and everything else is bigger. Like the proportions were just fun campesinos like.
yeah, and yeah, I guess yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. I thought we had more designs, but we sort of like got it pretty quickly, I guess. but also it gives us a chance to show off these other fun little designs. But yeah, for those reasons that we mentioned, we thought it'd be best to stick to something not as fantastical as a guy wearing an eagle mask, but that has its own, fun symbolism about like America.
Yeah, he's kind of
But
cool now that I look back at him. But
maybe in
yeah,
some future episode.
I learned that when we did the Kids and Rocks episode, and everybody commented about the guy having, was it IDF guy having a big nose, and we're like, well, that's not his nose. It was supposed to be his chin, but
Yeah.
um, so it was like, oh, that kind of opened up my eye to, well, you have to have a balance of what the viewers will see and what you want, and so like, even though, yeah, it's just a weird balance you have to think about.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if we could
Another
go
part of
back
it
to
was
that
like,
episode, if we could go back to that episode, we would probably change it so that it wouldn't look like a nose, or give him, yeah, just not just in a way where it wouldn't look like a nose.
no, I
And
don't agree with I would have stuck with the original design either way cuz I don't think it does look like a nose.
yeah, but I guess if there was more people who saw that, then we would have kind of lost the audience in a way where they're not getting the point of the film and they're distracted by something else.
Yeah. I think yeah, it might have made us more conscious of that, but it the people that did complain about it, which was like one or two, was like it felt like they were the type of person that's like, "Oh, so you're an anti-Semite because you hate Israel." That type of
Yeah.
person that's just looking to like conflate Zionism and Judaism.
Yeah, looking for something to hate on.
Yeah. And then yeah, the last part I would just mention and then we can move on to the last little piece of knowledge that David's going to drop about how to download assets is the thing that I wanted to bring up was yeah, we just also didn't want to make the officers look like scary and intimidating or badass because we wanted to like knock them down a peg. I think the that's like I don't know, one of the things about animation is you can really like show how silly things are and just like sometimes like when like cops approach you or officers or like there's people that have like this mythic power around them that you feel like intimidated from and if we can contribute a little bit to like taking away some of that power the that the perception that we have of certain kinds of authority figures then we should take that opportunity to say like no these are just like weird guys that are like you know abusing their power just to like oppress people so that's another reason why we he looks silly with this like boxy huge like vest on and
Yeah,
these
he's like
like little boots.
hiding almost all of his body except his hair and his
Yeah, that
forehead.
too. Yeah. But okay. Um did you want to talk about how you get your assets, David?
Yeah, so I was modeling a lot, and eventually I was like, oh my God, I can't model like three more buildings. I have to get this done, and also it's just so much work. So eventually I was like, okay, let me try to find buildings that are similar to my style, or like what I was thinking of, and I just end up using Adobe stock because I have old account with a lot of credits still, and so I went to like Adobe stock images, and they also have 3D assets. They don't have a lot to work with, but usually what you need credits for, but sometimes they have some free stuff, and Yeah, so I downloaded their assets and then I opened up an OBJ file, um, like I and basically just import a OBJ file into the scene, and then just I went back and edited a lot of it too, like changing the proportions of the doors and windows and stuff like that as well. But yeah, most of the assets that I've downloaded are in the background, so they're not too visible, which is good. Oh, I
Yeah,
just
I think
realized.
it's just oh yeah.
Oh, I thought I lost you. Everything's been like frozen, I think.
Oh really? No, I've been showing different things related to
Oh,
what you're talking about. But yeah, I think it's just a good reminder to show people that like, you don't need to make everything. Some things are might have already be out there, and if it's just gonna be in the background, as long as it's not freaking fucking AI, then um
yeah.
yeah, like there's things that people have made and you can use them. And sometimes we the part, yeah, I feel a little bit weird about like not looking for the name for to credit them, but people put these out for free and they want you to use them, so we
And they're paid for it as well.
right, yeah, with Adobe Stock. And I think these two, perhaps this is oh yeah, you're not able to see, David, but I'm showing like the Blender library, asset library, that's an add-on. I forget what's it called. What Why doesn't it say the name?
Oh, I forgot about that. I actually didn't. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, but you can look up like, yeah, it becomes an add-on here, and we can include the link to that too. Actually, yeah, let's find out how what it's called first. Blender library, Blender Kit. It's called Blender Kit,
Oh,
and
see.
yeah, there's a free plan and then a full plan, and the free plan doesn't give you as much assets. That's why they have this little lock button. And let me just link it in. I'll just link it in Farm Workers.
Nice.
And yeah, you can use the search bar here. You can look up like table, and then it'll give you tables. And if you click on it, it'll download it, and then bloop 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 bloop. It's materializing, and then
Damn.
it'll just pop up, and then you have your table. And yeah, I think more people could, like, I don't know, people could benefit from this if they know about this. So there you go. Thank you for opening up our eyes to stock libraries, David. I know. I think my computer's not happy with having so many things open. I'm just not gonna share my screen, but
Okay.
yes. All right.
Yeah, so the Blender library is pretty cool.
Yeah, Blender Kit and Adobe Stock. Um, if y'all have any, need for models but think it's gonna take too long or don't have the technique or expertise to make them, always consider checking out the libraries that are offered online. And that
Yeah.
marks the end of our tutorial. If y'all have any questions or, thoughts or like, yeah, especially questions about like how we did other things in other films, let us know and we'll try to bring it up next in our next little tutorial. And we'll remind y'all, we'll reply to your comment once we post it and say, hey, look at our new video because your answer
Yeah.
is there. And hopefully we can get a little thing going and show people what, all the stuff that we've learned over the past couple of years.
Yeah. I'm excited. Yeah, I like this. I'm excited to do more tutorials, and it's fun to talk about what we did behind the scenes because I, at the end of the day, when it's posted, you don't realize how much goes in the background or how people do things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thanks for checking it out, everyone. And yeah, I mean, we also have for the people on YouTube, we have a little podcast that we record before these tutorials as well. And if you want to check them out, you can subscribe to our Coffee or Patreon for I think it's $3 a month, and you're gonna be able to access our previous podcasts and discounts to our merch, and yeah, consider supporting us.
Remember remember that Blender is God. You can pretty much do everything in Blender.
Yes. All right. Have a good one, y'all. See ya.
Good night, good day, goodbye.